I'll miss you, Dr. Kai. September 9th, 2070X.
Hello, Pavel.
Oh. Good afternoon, Dr. Daedra.
Feeling alright?
Me? It'd take a lot more than this to...
It's okay. You can be honest. Did your graduate training not go well? Did your graduate training not go well?
It was... scary. Scary and confusing.
Could you tell me what happened? What the training was like?
Well, they've been running tests on the chip they put in my head. When it turns on, it's like my brain's squeezed into a box.
Okay, right. They mentioned this is the first game. They're not just replacing their body parts, they're also conditioning them to be essentially mindless soldiers.
Or a minecart. It can only go on the tracks.
That does sound scary.
Yeah. I had to do all these stupid reflex exercises. And after that, they made me solve math problems and other dumb stuff. All while they looked at me over their clipboards and datapads. And so far, I've been doing good. I was doing everything they wanted, even when it felt weird. It felt like somebody was looking over my shoulder. Only that the shoulder wasn't there, and that somebody was me. And someone else was moving my body, speaking for me. Like it wasn't my body anymore. I was just so scared. It was gross and strange
Deep breaths, Pavel.
and I just couldn't take it anymore. I did something bad. I was upset. I couldn't help it. I couldn't.
Pavel? Pavel! Oh my god. The seizures. I've got you, Pavel. I've got you. You're safe. I'm going to call emergency services right now. You'll be okay. I promise. Shoot. Shit. He's on his side. There's nothing in his way, and I set a timer for 5 minutes. I've done everything I can. But why isn't the emergency call button working? It worked for another trainee. I've seen it before. The maintenance teams always check it. Is there something wrong with it? No. 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 They wouldn't. They wouldn't dare. He's being punished.
Dr. Deirdre?
Pavel?
Or Deidre?
It's okay, Pavel. It's okay. I'm here.
You had a seizure. But you're safe. And I've cleaned you up. It's okay.
Why? Why did they do this to me?
Awful. You have to calm down for me, alright? You're going to make yourself sick.
But
It'll be okay. It's over now. I'll make sure they won't hurt you anymore. I mean it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I give Pavel a glass of water to sip. His hands are shaking, so I hold the water for him. After that, I help him into bed, tuck him in, and wish him good night. Stroke the little amount of hair left on his head. Then, I close the door behind me and walk out of the room. The door behind me clicks shut. I don't have the words to describe what I just witnessed, but I don't need a 10-page paper to sum up what I feel. Disgust. They took away his medication. His medication. How, in any world, is that justifiable as a punishment? He could have died. Pavel gets hammered down because he sticks out, but any kid would do the same. If he's suffering like this, there's no doubt other trainees are... I need to talk to Angie. Now. I can't believe she's overlooked this for so long. Before I leave for good, I need to look into her eyes and try to make her see. I find Angie at the bridge, gazing at the courtyard below. She looks just like she did the first day I came here. Like she hasn't changed at all. As I approach, she turns to give me an unreadable look. For a moment, I barely recognize her. For a moment, part of me wants to believe she's someone else entirely.
I imagine you're here to talk about C0458.
I pause. That was unusually direct of her. What do you mean? It's the 21st century, D. We've got cameras in every room. I suddenly remember Shreya. Her gazing up at the corner of the room. Her dark eyes wide with fear. You were watching that whole time? She blinks. So you saw how I called for help. You saw him going to seizure because he wasn't given his medication. We don't know that. A lot of trainees hate taking it. They'll put under their tongue or... That's bullshit and you know it. These are your precious test subjects. Invaluable troves of medical data. If you wanted to, you get a doctor to any room in this building. In seconds. What are you suggesting? It's not a suggestion. You're punishing him for what happened during his graduate training. There's a long silence. The tension in the air twists my stomach in knots. She's choosing her next words very carefully. Tasting them in her mouth, rolling them around like a boiled sweet. Nostalgia laps at me for a moment, a warm pool at the back of my mind. She used to do this before her research presentations. worrying the inside of her cheek as she awaited my feedback. Maybe you're right. But does it matter, Dee? She doesn't look back. Excuse me? Does what happened to CO458 matter that much? Once he passes graduate training, he's got a stable career set out ahead of him. He won't want for food, housing, or guidance. I can't believe what I'm hearing. In exchange for his legs, his brain, his individuality. Individuality?
What are you, a teenager?
She's the one who mentioned her childhood friend looking like a ghost when they graduated. And here she is doing the exact same thing, but on purpose.
Everyone's gotta grow up sometime.
I bite down on my tongue. As much as I want to, cursing her won't get me anywhere.
What's happening isn't complicated, Dee. You've gotten too attached to your subject of research. You've lost sight of your objectivity. That's all. Happens to the best of us sometimes. Even you.
She's turned back to look at me, but she isn't seeing me. She's done talking. The feeling's mutual. Leave the demon with her demons. Earlier in the day, I had printed out my case study. I had intended to go through with it with a red pen. That night, I fed the shredder, page by page. Months of work, gone in moments. It was the best I'd felt in ages. October 1st, 2070X. In a matter of minutes, I'm going to burn down my entire career. Maybe it's fitting that the planning reminded me of how I designed my first cybernetic hand, linking each step to the next like titanium phalanges. While I filed documents, I studied the blind spots in security. I learned where patrols didn't visit as often, and where security cameras didn't cover the whole room. I participated in fire drills to search for evacuation routes, so that I could avoid them. Fighting back against the YTD's electronic security was almost easier. Stopping rebels and terrorists back at Stop's heyday had given me a healthy perspective on tech security. DNA signatures, like the ones attached to our keycards, could be spoofed. And an electric lock was useless once you got its power. As I went through every step, I expected someone to stop me. A guard would catch me leaving packages in a dark corner, or a lab tech would find the files I was taking out suspicious. But no one noticed. Even when I slipped in the security room to inject a virus into their systems, I told the staff I was doing an inspection. They looked the other way. Maybe they live hand-to-mouth lives. Maybe they hate the YTDI as much as I do, and want to see it burned to the ground. Whatever the truth is, I'm not interested in psychoanalyzing lower-level staff. I have one job, and I intend to see it through. Getting to Pavel will be simple. I'll enter his room through the small door in the back. No one will suspect me. They'll think I'm conducting another checkup. Just another inane interview to pad out my case study. Escaping will be much easier, escaping will be a much more complicated task. The security cameras are disabled, the safety alarms rewired, and the escape routes plotted. If things go pear-shaped, there's the pyrotechnics I set up ahead of time. But once I trigger the siren, I can't predict who or what will get in my way. My heart's pounding feverishly. My brain swirling with phases and countermeasures and backups. I'm painfully aware of every step and every breath I take. Because once I open a dorm room door, there's no going back. I still have a way out. I can leave this behind and go back to my old life. Cut ties and stop quickly. Retire quietly to bucolic existence with honors and accolades to my name. Bury my regret and rage in the back of a well-tended flower bed. But if I don't open this door, Pavel will continue suffering. He might not survive graduation. Even if he does, he'll become a nameless drone, a shell of a person, marching through life, armed with clockwork thoughts and a plastic smile. I can't abandon him. Not that. Of course the room's empty. Pavel? I'm gonna come closer, okay?
Dr. Daedra?
Now, listen to me very carefully. I want to give you something.
Oh,
Wait,
wait. Is it another snack?
it's better.
Pavel, do you want control?
Control? Over what?
Your future.
I've never really thought about my future.
Would you like to? You can take your time. I understand what I'm asking.
Yeah,
I do, Dr. Deidre. I want control.
Then take the switch and press the button. As soon as you do, you'll be free.
Let's go.
I take Pavel by the hand and gently guide him out of bed. As his legs clack against the tiles, he wobbles. Do you need help? I ask quietly. We have a lot of ground to cover, and every second's crucial. But if he's in pain,
it's okay.
Pavel responds. It clearly takes him some effort, but he grins up at me.
What better way to get used to these legs than a prison break?
Despite everything, I chuckle. In between the pulses of the siren, I can hear the hurried footsteps of staff and trainees rushing down the hallway. I take his hand, and we walk through the door I came through. Neither of us look back. The back hall of the dormitory is empty. The alarm lights in the walls. The alarm lights in the walls blink an angry red as confused personnel jog past us on their way to the emergency stairwell. We walk at first. I try to keep my hammering heart under control as we down the hallway. We're still too visible. I can't help but imagine a security officer behind every door we pass. I squeeze Pavel's hand tighter, and he squeezes it back. His steps are shaky. They shouldn't be. Those idiots in processing couldn't even be bothered to calibrate the motors right. But he's stable. And in spite of everything he's been through, he's keeping pace with me. Then, I see it. An imposing door with a small blinking key reader beside it. An exit out of the dormitories. Past it, there lay the operating facilities and engineering. Beyond that, the shipping and receiving bay. And further still, the garage door. Our way out. Normally, this part of the facility would be swarming with initiative personnel. But with the alarms triggered, all of them should have evacuated the opposite side of the building. Handing inside my card, the latch clicks open when I push it. Suddenly, my steps are faster, my heartbeat louder, and before I know it, I'm running. Pavel trips on the first step, and we nearly crash into each other before he collects himself. But we run, hand in hand, past the operating room, and the offices and the open security shutters until, without warning, Pavel's legs buckle. They crumple under him like red paper, sending him sprawling. I fall to my knees beside him and start to pull him upright.
What's happening?
Pavel asks. I can't answer him. My eyes go to his legs. Lights are still on. The battery hasn't run out. But they're not responding to him. I can see him trying to move what's left of his legs, and the cybernetics just won't react. My eyes fall on the stop look at his ankle. I look up at the shutter to be just passed, and the security camera blinking on beside it. Shit. I breathe.
Dr. Daedra?
I almost want to laugh, even as my mounting panic tries to overtake me. Anti-theft measures. They don't want anyone taking stopped property outside the building. I can hear yelling echoing back down the hallway we came through, distant but growing louder. They know where we are.
What should we do?
Pavel asks, his voice wavering.
Dr. Daedra, I don't want them to find us.
Sit still. Quickly, I move to detach his legs. I leave him on the ground, sweep him up into my arms and bolt. He clings to me, his fingernails digging into my back through my clothes. His left arm dangles out of my grasp. He's light, far lighter than he should be. As I run for the exit, I squeeze him as close to me as I can. My security shutter suddenly slams shut in front of me. I turn to pivot. But more come down every other door in the hallway, falling into place heavy as tombstones. Damn it! Damn it! I bite back a scream. Try to focus on facts. Security's on my back. I can hear them getting closer. Combat boots on tile, heavy and hurried. With every second I sit here panicked and paralyzed, they stomp closer to us. I squeeze my eyes shut. I can feel cold steel gun barrels on my back. Cuffs, bindings, straitjackets. Pavel, ripped away from my arms. Disposed of as defective goods, or reprogrammed into an ideal product. I can't bear that thought. I reach into my lab coat, pull out a second switch, and press it. The explosion ripped through the wall. The explosion ripped through the hall with a force unlike anything I've ever felt before. They tear through the shutter, blasting me with heat and smoke and debris that nicks my cheek. I run right into it as more and more explosions go off to the facility. my hidden bombs, going off like exothermic dominoes. A burst of red and blinding heat sears my right side, probably scattering shrapnel. Small price to pay. I push through the pain, running as fast as I can. My ears ring. My muscles scream. My throat stings. All there is heat and ash and pain. Until, finally, we reach the light. Enjoy the fireworks. Monsters. Wow. I can't believe I actually made it. Pavel? I think we're... Pavel? Pavel. Oh god. You're... Well, that's the price of freedom. Your arm, it's all...
Pavel, please. Speak to me.
Blue.
What?
The sky. It's so blue.
I haven't seen it in so long.
You're hurting. Please don't push yourself. You're already bleeding so much.
But I'll live. This... I'm no longer there. I'm free now, aren't I?
Yes. Yes. You are.
Oh, the picture. And that was proto-violence. Incredible work, everyone. What a fantastic game. It's a really bittersweet ending, though. In the end, Daedra, Dr. Danger, she gets to save one person. And she's essentially left with a lot more work to do in front of her. Right up until she dies in the first game. But at least she was able to save one person. Bonus content unlocked. Cool, cool, cool. Where the first game had me feeling a certain kind of way in that last act, even as they were like laying down the clues, right, of all the little things that like showed you that Caution wasn't actually all that evil with the first few puzzles. And as you kept going, you realized more and more how each puzzle connects to Caution and Daedra's story here. There is something really striking about this prequel game where you know what's happening from the start if you play the first game. And even though you know, it doesn't make the time you spend getting to know Pavel as he was any less meaningful. There's a lot of like really deep and interesting commentary in here too about some real world issues and societal problems we have. The way we treat people with disabilities, learning, physical, and mental disabilities, and the way in which we pursue fairness, and how it isn't an equal life that we live. But at the end of the day, it should still be up to the individual how they want to live. And society and these systems in place, with their flaws, are built by people. And people are ultimately the ones who get to decide whether to keep that system or to improve on it or tear it all down. In this particular case, I'm happy to say that Daedra tore this one down. The kids are maybe not going to be okay, but they're out of the alternative. And hopefully, with the next game in the series, we get to make more of an impact in this universe, in this world, to help these people. Daedra might be dead and gone. And I'm leaning more towards her death implied off-screen in the first game really being true here, as the way that Mado and the writing team have like written out this story, they're really not pulling any punches. And so I wouldn't be shocked to find out in Interviolence that Dr. Danger did not like fake her death or get kidnapped or anything. She's really gone. But even if she's gone, Caution's still here, Pavel's still here. And we have the stop agent from the first game, our character, who's hopefully going to be able to help. Gosh, what if you have to fight against Shri in the next game? It definitely needs some vindication, and like I would like to see some comeuppance on Dr. Angie here. We didn't get as much voice acting in actually no, we got about the same amount. I shouldn't say that. We got what's the wording here I should use? We got some interspaced voice acting peppered throughout. It wasn't like all throughout or anything like that. The visual novel is very text heavy, as visual novels tend to be. But the voice actors did a fantastic job of like making those key scenes really worth it when you hear their voice. Oh, Pavel and Dr. Tan, formerly Angie, have the same voice actor. I see. Hmm. Fantastic. Ah, okay. It's concept art. Things I can use for thumbnails if I want to as well. And I probably will. This playthrough went a bit longer than I was intending. And I'm just digesting my thoughts here, but if you haven't, and you're able to stomach the themes and the tragedy of the writing here in this game, I highly recommend you guys go check out this game here. You can find it on Steam. I have it linked at the bottom description of the video that you're watching, if you're watching on YouTube. On the Twitch side and Discord, I have the link up as well. Both this game and the original first game are available for free. Interviolence will be a paid game, and if you have the funds for it, I highly recommend you you buy the game for yourself. I'm going to almost definitely be playing the sequel game sometime soon, maybe when it comes out immediately or a little bit after that, depending on like my plans and my time. And I hope you guys will join me for that. We're good. Okay. I'm very happy that I got to see how Daedra and Caution made it out of there. I'm really curious about that beginning screen where I was able to enter my name. If that means anything, if I put in different names there or whatever. Or if it doesn't really matter. Again, I'll be looking at some other playthroughs, see if there's anything there. I might just even ask Mado about it, because I don't really see any guides online for the game. Because there's no achievement, so I guess that makes sense. This game was pretty straightforward. No multiple endings, but just really, really well made and well written, and well voice acted all around. Whew. Okay, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow to the editing. Thursday, I'll be playing Deltarune's rhythm game, you know, trying to beat that one song, just to finish that one song, not even get the good score. Saturday's Minecraft, and Sunday is more productivity. So if you want the full schedule, check out the Discord. If you would like to follow and keep up with what I'm doing, you can also follow me on Blue Sky. I'm also working on YouTube to become a monetized content creator, so if you're not already subscribed, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I really, really love playing games and getting to share stories with you guys like this, because it's good for the soul, you know? Thank you everyone so much for watching, and a special thank you to Inkyrie Eclipse for the raid. As I send you off, keep in mind and remember that Decaf NVIDIA is your Creative Commons Attribution, non-commercial share alike, 4.0 international license. Off you get. You can ring my bell,